What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is White Gamer. Today we have level 100 cam built. We're going to have 3 different archetypes. We're going to be starting off with the Maestro at cam for level 100. Height, we're going to go with 5'7". Weight, we're going to go with 149 pounds. Make sure you go with the height and weight combination that gives you the +2 and the -2 stats. I also do want to mention we're going to be going with the Maestro specialization. You can keep the Tiki Taka Plus if you want on, but we're going to go with a Tech Plus. Now, for your agility, get that to 96. This is going to help your pro turn directions much quicker. And as a cam, it is important sometimes to be very agile so you can get the opponent off of you. Balance, get that to 96. This is just going to max out your balance and make it difficult for opponents to push you off the ball, especially since cam builds normally aren't strong, but this build will have strength, which is very good with that high balance. Reactions at 96. This is going to make your pro very responsive on the ball. When you're doing anything on the ball, your pro will just feel way more responsive. And guys, the main reason we went with 96 is because 99 stats, you're not going to notice a difference. So 96 is a good sweet spot. Ball control, that is more than enough. 90 ball control, you're going to have the first touch play style. Your pro will be trapping the ball very nicely. Dribbling, we're going to go with 95 dribbling. Since you will have the Tech Plus, boys and girls, the dribbling on this build is going to be amazing with that Tech Plus and that high dribbling. Composure, we went with 96 composure, so your pro can give off very good passes while you're under pressure. Also, if you're ever under pressure and you're about to receive the ball, the composure also plays a role in that. Now, for the pace, we're going to max it out. Go with 90 acceleration and 90 sprint speed. Remember, you will actually have 92 acceleration because of that +2 from the body that we just saw there. Now, for your strength, we're going to go with 92 strength. You want to be a strong cam, especially since we have so many points to play with. The 92 strength will make it very challenging for any opponent to get you off the ball. And then, guys, we went with 85 aggression because aggression does play a role in protecting and shielding the ball. This was confirmed back, I think, in December in pitch note number 4. So you guys can go look at it. For those that don't believe me, aggression and strength both go hand in hand for your pro to improve the shielding of the ball. Stamina, we went with 80 just so we can get the quick stat play style. For the weak foot, go with the 5-star weak foot. Gives you the ability to pass or shoot with either of your foot. Skill move, 4-star. 4-star will do the job for 99.5% of you. You are playing cam. You shouldn't be trying to do a lot of skill moves. From the passing, we're going to get the curve to 95. The curve is really good for those Travella passes, guys. Those long ball Travella passes in the air are very good if you know how to pull them off. Also, the curve is needed for the finesse shots as well. Long pass, we're going to get that to 95. I would not recommend going higher than 95 because you're not even going to notice a difference since you already have the Incisive Pass Plus. If you want, you can even go a little bit lower than 95, but we're going to leave it at 95. Short pass, kind of similar to long pass. I would not go higher than 90 short pass because you're not going to notice a difference. You have ping pass plus, and if you're going to keep Tiki Taka Plus, you're going to have that as well. Vision, we got that to 96. The vision is very important. It's going to help out those through balls come out much more precise. Also, if you ever need to do a long pass in the air or switch it to a teammate that's far away from you, the vision helps out a lot with that type of passing. And then from the scoring, guys, we are going to go with some finishing and shot power, 86 finishing and 85 shot power. Sometimes as a cam, you know, your strikers are going to be covered and you have the shooting lane open. Take a rip. I do want to mention, if you are going to be kicking free kicks in your team, then go with the free kick accuracy and then go with the dead ball playstyle. But we're going to leave like this. I think you're going to have 1 point left over, which is perfect. And like I mentioned, you will have the Tech Plus. The Tech Plus is really good to dribble with, guys. Really good to get an opponent off of you as well. Keeps the ball very glued to you. I would recommend taking out the Tiki Taka Plus. Remember, if you want, you can keep the Tiki Taka Plus. I think the regular Tiki Taka does the job. Now, the Tiki Taka Plus, you know, the ball does release a little bit quicker on the one-time passes, but other than that, you can get away with the regular Tiki Taka. I generally do think the Tech Plus is really good, especially for cam. And then, of course, guys, you have the best passing play styles. You have the long ball pass plus, which is really good, especially when you do those over-the-top Travella passes with the long ball pass combined. You have Incisive Pass Plus, amazing for through balls. And then you have Ping Pass Plus, which is good for that medium distance, RBA, R1, and X. Now, for your playstyles, we're going to go with the regular Tiki Taka. We are going to go with Inventive. Inventive is really good for those, not just fancy passes, not just for the Travella passes, but for when you do double tap passes, like double tap A, double tap X if you're on PlayStation. For your third one, we're going to go with Rapid. So when you're pushing up with the ball, your pro doesn't take those heavy touches or heavy knock-ons. Then we're going to go with the first touch. This will help your pro trap the ball a little bit easier. Next, go with Press Proven. This will make the shielding way more effective, and when you're jogging your pro, the ball will stay very close to your pro. Next, go with Quick Step. This is going to help you accelerate quicker. Then we are going to go with the Finesse Shot, guys. Go with the Finesse Shot. Sometimes you're going to have that shooting lane open. I would also recommend going with the low driven shot, so you can also do low driven shots if you ever have the shooting lane open, and you can do like low driven finesse shots, which have been very, very good this entire year. And then for your last one, it's all up to you. I know some people like to go with the Relentless. That makes that little blue bar go down a little bit slower and recover a little bit quicker. You can go with Enforcer. All up to you guys. I would probably just either go with Enforcer or the Trickster. All up to you. The Trickster is good when you do a fake shot. It does a unique fake ball roll that you can get, the opponents off of you. We'll go with Enforcer, but either Enforcer or Trickster. Last one is all up to you guys. But boys and girls, these are the playstyles and attributes that we went for level 100 Maestro CAM build. Now we have the level 100 Creator CAM build heights. We're going to go with 5'7". You don't need to be playing too tall as a CAM. 5'7", 5'6". That range is good enough. Weight to go with 149 pounds. Make sure you go with the height and weight combination that gives you the +3 and the -1 stats. Now, for the specialization, we are going to go with the Creator Plus, just so we can get the assistant perk, guys. We're not going to put on the Playstyle Plus, just letting you guys know ahead of time. Attributes, agility, again, get that to 95. This is going to help your pro turn directions much faster and quicker when you have the ball. Balance, get that to 96. This is going to make it difficult for opponents to push you off the ball, and balance does play a role in dribbling as well. Reactions, go with 95. This is going to help out with the overall responsiveness of your pro. Ball control, 90 will do the job. This is going to help you trap the ball when you're receiving the ball. And then dribbling and composure, get that to 96. You want to have really good dribbling as a CAM, so that ball stays very tight and close to your feet. And of course, the composure will allow for your pro to play much, much better while you're under pressure. Also, if you're under pressure and you're about to receive the ball, the composure also plays a role in that. For your pace, we're going to go with 90 acceleration and 90 sprint speed. I think this is more than enough for a CAM. I know you can get a +2. You can get it to 92. The acceleration does become a 93. Keep that in mind because of the +3 that we just saw from the body. But yeah, the main reason we left it at 90 is because once you go to 92, it gets pretty expensive. Then for the strength, we're going to max it out. You want to be a strong CAM. You want to make it difficult for opponents to get you off that ball. Since you have high strength, high balance, that's going to make it difficult for them to get you off the ball. Now, we did go with 80 aggression. Aggression does help you protect and shield the ball much better. This was confirmed back in December, January during pitch note number 4. So that's why we did go with some aggression. Stamina, we're going to go with 80. I know some of you guys like to push down and drop down as a CAM, especially as a creator. So that's why. But if you want, guys, you can lower the stamina. But we're going to go with some stamina since we have a little bit more points to play with. Because I know a lot of you guys, when you guys use the creator, you guys like to drop off a lot. Weak foot, go with the 5-star weak foot. That is a must, especially not this late into the game. Skill move, we went with 4-star skill moves. This will be more than enough for like pretty much all of you. If you like to do 5-star skill moves, and you can always go with a 5-star skill move. The curve, we went with 95. This is going to help when you send those invented passes or the Travella passes. Gives it a nice bend to the passes in the air or on the ground. Long pass, go with 95. You do have the incisive pass plus, so those through balls are going to be very, very good, but also long passes in the air in general. So that's why you need that high long pass. Short pass, I wouldn't go higher than 90. You're going to have the regular, you're going to have the regular Tiki Taka, I believe. Yeah, and then the ping pass. That's going to be more than enough, guys. Once you go higher than that on short pass, you're not even going to notice a difference. Crossing, we went with 90 just so we can get the whip pass plus specialization. That perk is really, really good. Vision, we're going to go with 95. This is going to help those long passes, whether they're on the ground or in the air, to be way more precise. And then from the scoring, we did go with some shooting. We went with 85 finishing and 81 shot power. Sometimes as a CAM, you're going to have the shooting lane open. So definitely go with some scoring. And then, like I mentioned, guys, you're going to have the Creator Plus, but we're not going to apply the playstyle. We're only unlocking it so you can unlock the perk. Now, we don't have to replace anything. If I were you, I would just keep it how it is. You got Quick Step Plus and Ventum Plus, which is really good for those double tap Travella passes. You have Incisive Pass Plus, which is a must as I can. And then you have Game Changers Plus, which will allow you to do Travella shots. Now, if you want, you could replace that, but we're not going to replace it. We're just going to skip it. Like I mentioned, we're only unlocking this specialization just so we can get the perk. You do not have to equip the playstyle in order to receive the perk. We've confirmed that months ago in the beginning of the game. If we look at here, you see we have it active, which will give you assistant perk, but we're not using the actual playstyle itself. Like I already went through these 4 playstyle plus. For your regular playstyles, guys, go with Ping Pass. This is really good for those driven passes. I've seen a lot of people like to spam a lot of Y or triangle balls. Guys, you're not always going to be able to spam through balls. Sometimes you need a little bit more direct pass, and the Ping Pass is perfect for that. Then we're going to go with the long ball pass. Next, we're going to go with Tiki Taka for those short distance pass, and the one-time passes come out much quicker. Then go with Tech. This will help you dribble much better when you press RB or R1. Then we're going to go with Press Proven. This keeps the ball very close to your feet. Also, when you ever need to shield the ball. Then we're going to go with Rapid. So when you're pushing up with the ball, your pro doesn't take those heavy touches or heavy knock-ons. We're going to go with the First Touch. Will help you trap the ball a little bit better. I would recommend going with one of the scoring. The Finesse shot will work for most of you. I do want to mention the low-driven shot is good as well. And then for your last one, you can go with the Trickster if you want. You can go with Enforcer. Or even the Dead Ball if you're going to be kicking free kicks in your team. I would recommend just putting the low-driven shot, guys. You want to have the ability to do not just do finesse shots, but those low-driven finesses, those regular low-driven. So it doesn't hurt to have play styles that you can shoot with. So these are the play styles and attributes that we went for level 100 creator built. Last but not least, boys and girls, we got the Magician at Cam for level 100. Heights, we're going to go with 5'7". Like I've been saying throughout the whole video, 5'6", 5'7", 5'8". That range is fine enough. Weights, we're going to go with 149 pounds. And make sure you go with the heights and weight combination that gives you the +2 and the -2 stats. Since you are using this build at Cam, we're going to be going with Invader, which gives you the Incisive Pass plus. For your attributes, like always, agility, get that maxed out, not maxed out, but close to maxing out. 96 agility will be more than enough. You'll probably be very, very responsive on the ball when you're turning directions. Remember, because from the +2 body, your agility would actually be 98. Balance, get that to 96. This is going to make it difficult for opponents to push you off the ball. And that's what you want as a Cam. You don't want to be getting shoved off that easily. Reactions, we're going to go with 96. It's an increase your responsiveness speed of the build overall. And your build will feel way more responsive when you're on or off the ball. Ball control, get it to 90, guys. The higher you go on ball control, there's not going to be that much of a difference because we're going to be going with the first touch play style. Dribbling and composure, we're going to get that to 96. Max it all out, guys. Max out your dribbling and composure. You want that ball to stay very close to you. You're going to have Tech Plus, which is very good to dribble with. So the dribbling on this build is going to be very, very smooth and tight. Composure, you're going to be under pressure quite a bit as a Cam. So you want your pro to be giving off very good passes while you're under pressure. Or if you're going to be shooting, you want to be giving off good passes as well. Remember, even when you don't have the ball and a teammate sends you a pass and you're under pressure, composure also plays a role in that. Now, for the pace, we're going to go with 92 acceleration and 94 sprint speed. We had a little bit more points to play with on this Magician build than we did on the last one, which was the Creator. The acceleration will actually be 94, and your sprint speed will be 94. If you want, you could lower the pace a little bit, guys. You don't need this much pace, but since we had extra points to play with, we upped the pace a little bit because it never hurts. So, but you could lower the pace down a little bit, guys. Strength, max it all out, guys. Go with 90 strength. You want to be a strong Cam. You don't want to be getting bullied off the ball easily. So that's why we went with 90 strength, that 96 balance. And then we also went with aggression because aggression does play a role in shielding and protecting the ball. This was confirmed back in December, January during pitch note number 4. For those that didn't know or don't believe me, you guys can take your time and go back to those old pitch notes. Stamina, we went with 80 so we can get the quick step play style. Weak foot, go with the 5-star weak foot. Skill move, We went with the 4-star. That should do the job for the majority of you guys. You are playing a cam. Your number one priority is to find your teammates and feed your teammates. Curve, we went with 95 curve. The curve is not only good for the finesse shot plus, which you do have, but for those inventive passes, when you do those Travella passes, the curve plays a role. Long pass, max it out. You are playing cam. We also need it in order to unlock the incisive pass plus. Short pass at 90 does more than a job. I see people with 95 short pass, and it doesn't make a difference, guys. It really doesn't. We're going to have the regular tiki-taka. We're going to have the regular ping pass. As long as you're aiming it, it's going to go to your teammate, especially with 90 short pass. That's more than enough. Vision, we're going to max it out to 96. The vision plays a big role in how accurate those through balls come out and those long passes in the air come out. And believe it or not, the vision does play a role in finesse shots, if you didn't know that. Attack and positioning, we're going to go with 90 only just so we can get the incisive pass plus. That is the only reason we're going with 90 attacking positioning. Finishing, we're going to go with 85 finishing and 85 shot power. There's going to be times where you're going to be open to shoot. Rip it, guys. You're going to be able to score since you will have the finesse shot plus. Like I said, guys, at the start of this archetype, we are going to go with Invader. You need it. You're playing cam. This is one of the best passing playstyles as a cam. So which one are we going to replace? We're going to replace the chip shot plus. You don't need it as a cam. It's a waste. Go with Invader plus. Those through balls are going to be very, very, very good with wire triangle or LBYs or L1 and triangle because you have that high vision. You have the long pass. And most importantly, you have the passing playstyle, the incisive pass plus, which is very, very important. You have finesse shot plus, which is really, really good, especially inside the box this year, especially if you can do those low-driven finesse shots. Inventive plus for those Travella passes, those double tap passes, and of course Tech plus, like I mentioned earlier, keeps the ball very close to your feet. You can turn very, very good with the ball and dribble people and get them off of you. Now, we're going to go with the ping pass. This allows for the ball to travel much quicker when you press RBA or R1 and X. Next, we're going to go with the long ball pass for those chip passes, those lob passes, or if you ever need to find your teammate that's far out on the pitch. For the next one, we're going to go with Tiki Taka for those one-time passes. Excuse me, they come out a little bit quicker. Then go with Quick Step. This will help you accelerate quicker. We're going to go with Rapid, so when you're pushing up with the ball, your opponent doesn't take those heavy touches or heavy knock-ons. Then we're going to go with a First Touch. This will help you trap the ball much easier. We're going to go with Press Proven. Keeps the ball very close to your feet when you're just jogging. Or if you ever need to shield the ball, which there will be scenarios, you shield it with left trigger or L2. And then I would, excuse me. Then I would most likely, guys, recommend going with low-driven shot. So you have the ability to do the low-driven finesse shots or just regular low-drivens. And for your last one, you can go with Trickster, Relentless if you want. I would probably go with Enforcer just because this will combat the bruiser. If you come up against a center back or an opponent that has bruiser, you do this and it'll make it very difficult for them just to push you off the ball. But boys and girls, these are the play styles. These are the attributes for level 100 Magician Cam built. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We had 3 different archetypes that you can use at Cam. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.